Welcome back, everybody. Sheepdog Smokey here, and this one is, in some ways, me seeing patterns or seeing things where no normal people wouldn't. But in another, it's also based on something that I heard earlier today that is absolutely true. Before we dig in, please remember to subscribe, turn on notifications so that you're part of the channel and the giveaway. And there is a link below to a t-shirt that I designed with some help off Fiverr that I'm now selling. So make sure and check out that link below. That said, let's go on and dive right into this. Basically, this current virus situation, coronavirus situation, is or should be the death blow to globalism. Open borders, globalism, moving around without any restrictions would be far worse than what we're facing now. We know that viruses originate in certain places. This one originated in Wuhan province of China and ultimately has spread to the rest of the planet because of international travel and the lightening of restrictions for work permits, for other travel authorization, and so on. That's what allows something like this to happen. But instead of people saying maybe there should be greater restrictions on travel between countries, we're seeing that fact hidden. We're seeing them hide the fact that open borders would have made this exponentially worse and still push for removing sovereignty from all nations and handing it to one person. The other thing that I'm seeing right now, and this is going back because I'm at home 90% more than I was before. So I'm rewatching old movies, rereading old books, rereading comic books and graphic novels. And something really stood out when I was listening to a commentary on basically Captain America's situation where goes into the ice in 45, wakes up 70 years later, 2015. In a situation like that, someone who has been frozen, basically in stasis for 70 years, their mental state, their worldview is still what it was, in this case in 1945. A world war had just ended. And for him, it never really did because he had just defeated his primary foe, but the war was still raging for him. He comes out, and there is a line that said, "Went into the ice in 45, I come out, they say we won. They didn't say what we lost." One of the better lines from, I believe it was in Winter Soldier. Might have been in the first Avengers, I don't know. But if you look at that story, Cap First Avenger to Winter Soldier Avengers, basically modern day Cap, he fights against the Hydra push to subjugate the planet. Hydra firmly believes that people should not be free, something echoed in Avengers by Loki, where he sees a world free from freedom, that people should be ruled. And then he wakes up in 2015 and basically sees the world having gotten to that state, with Hydra having infiltrated S.H.I.E.L.D. and gone much more low-key than Red Skull ever did, where you see these slow pushes to control tiny little things until it's the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And in a way, that's kind of what we're looking at today. 40 years ago, okay, when I was still a child, if anyone in Congress, any judge, president, a governor, anyone had said, due to this virus that we've never seen before, we need to close down everything and you just stay in your homes and don't leave, except to go get groceries once a week or twice a week, but then go back home. Nobody leave their home. That person would have been out of office so fast their head would have spun for 20 years. But 40 years later, with Democrat push for more and more control over any and every aspect of life they can, we see states like California and New York just knuckle under. Even here in Texas, there are aspects of this where, there are no movie theaters, there are no bars and restaurants open. Everything is curbside delivery or drive-through pickup, or only one member of a household or group may enter the store at once, controlling your life to an extent, greater or lesser in some areas. The video I did just the other day, where in Kentucky, a Christian church, I believe it was a Baptist church, had nails scattered over their parking lot so no one could get in. But in New York, Muslims have basically claimed an abandoned Catholic church as a victory mosque, and they claim they've set it up as a clean room and they're not letting a lot of people in, but they're still going and worshiping as according to their faith. The media is silent on this, but when a Kentucky church has drive-in services, people are in their car, listening on the radio. They're not in the sanctuary. They're not sitting beside each other. Police are sent out to harass them, to take down their license plate numbers, to issue tickets, to tell pastors they've lost their rights. This is what Hydra pushed for in the Marvel universe, and it is what Democrats are pushing for in the real world. Total and complete control of anyone and everyone within their sphere of influence. Right now, Nancy Pelosi is basically ordering the House of Representatives to not return so that no vote can be held on the extension of the payment or payroll protection plan fund. Those who are there are trying to add funding for the NEA and NPR and other organizations and groups and people not related in any way to coronavirus. No one is holding plays. No one is holding performances that the NEA would sponsor. No one is holding art gallery openings or shows. So the NEA has nothing to do right now. They don't need funding. NPR is a radio station who they have advertisers. They have other sources of income. PBS, all they do is market and merchandise their shows. Fraggle Rock, Elmo, Sesame Street, anything and everything else they have, they market the crap out of it. Sesame Street merchandising is an immense thing. But Democrats still say we need to send money to them. In the first round, under the CARES Act, they sent $5 million to the Kennedy Center. $1 million was immediately donated by the Kennedy Center to the Democrats after they had laid everyone off. Pardon me. I really would love to see anyone in Congress stand up and say, I would like to read word for word the proposal by the Democrat Party for amendments and riders to the Payment Protection Plan extension. Just so you get one of two things happening. One, you'll hear exactly what they want to spend billions of dollars on, not related to anything coronavirus. Or two, you'll actually hear them say, this is not for the public record. You are not allowed to read this. It needs to be shouted from the rooftops daily that we have 535 people in Congress, and less than probably 5 to 10% of them are actually working for their constituency. When you can have someone elevated to a position like Speaker of the House actually laughingly show off a $24,000 refrigerator stuffed with hundreds, if not thousands of dollars worth of premium ice cream and other foods, and joke about it while telling people to stay home where they may not even have ramen noodles or rice because they're out of work, not receiving a paycheck that person is actively blocking a bill that would provide. We no longer have public servants. We have tyrants in office. And it needs to be pointed out. I've referenced Plato's Cave many times. That is the subject of the t-shirt I'm marketing, Escape the Cave. The liberal media and their Democrat masters are experts at twisting things, putting on the puppet show for the people trapped in the cave, so that they actually believe we need to fund the National Endowment for the Arts while there are no gallery openings or art shows, there are no plays, there are no concerts, there's nothing going on. And they actually believe that that's as important as American citizens being helped when they're not receiving a paycheck. I don't know what it's going to take to wake people up. And I really hope it's not something that pushes us so far that we can't recover. I've talked long enough. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, be civil. We're not here to scream and yell. We're here to debate and discuss. Please also remember to like and share the video to widen the conversation and help grow the channel. Please remember also to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you're aware of all new content as it posts, and you're part of the giveaway at 500, 1,000, and 1,500 subscribers. Until next time, be safe, be smart, and be healthy, and be careful. And everyone have a wonderful day.